can you sleep at night with the prospect of the tax collectors breaking down your door and dragging you off to jail?
It won't go that far. All I've got to do is sit tight, hold my nerve, and watch my back. And cash only from now on.
How's hanging?
I thought I told you to stay away.
Paul rang me.
Oh, did he?
Yes, I could bang your heads together.
I wanted to sort things out. I didn't want to leave a bad blood between us.
Skulking away, are you? Now you've been caught with your hand in the till.
I don't run away from anything. Or anyone.
Yeah, well, I should have called the police.
Well, feel free. I'll tell them about your double sets of books.
Nobody told me about a double set of anything. Dad?
It's common practice in the trade.
Well, then it's no surprise that you...
There's no point in bothering you with unnecessary paperwork.
Okay, well, whether the books are in duplicate or triplicate or whatever, why don't we all just calm down, make our apologies, and then carry on where we left off?
No way.
Over my dead body.
Well, that's a brave step to take, living and working together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year.
I know, get less for murder.
So I love Donna, but I do see my kitchen as a haven, a refuge from domestic harmony.
Now, you see, Vivian and I, we find it very hard getting anything done when we work together. Frisson, every time she reaches to get something from a shelf.
Do you think me and Jack are making a mistake?
Oh, what? No, not you two. You're solid, cosy, comfortable, dependable.
Like a woolly jumper, an old pair of slippers.
Yeah, or rather, Jack's the carpet slippers, slightly worn around the edges. You're the pink fluffy mule with a 4-inch heel.
Oh.
He doesn't mess about, your husband. He's already been on to my solicitors. At the rate he's going, all this could be yours by the end of the week.
A pint, please, Louise.
See that woman over there?
Diane?
She used to be a man magnet. Burst into song at the drop of a port and lemon. Now look at her. Reduced to cosy domesticity with her beloved husband. Hope for us all, eh?
Good afternoon.
Oh, hi.
Consolidate your debts the easy way. You just sold up in Spain, you minted.
I'm worried that Terry's about to overextend himself, that's all.
Oh.
He'll miss you, Danny. He's bound to be upset.
I'm not taking it off him, off anyone.
This has nothing to do with Portugal, has it?
It doesn't matter.
For the record, I don't have a problem. The amount of money you've made that man over the years.
Made Rodney.
And if he even thinks about calling the police, I'll speak up for you.
Police?
Danny's fallen out with Dad.
Well, that's enough. All right?
You've got to set him straight.
Well, there's no point. He thinks I've robbed him blind, and I didn't.
Why did you do it?
Well, it don't matter now.
I'm sorry, okay?
Me too.
This is about them paintings, isn't it? I think it's time you and me had a little talk.
Oh, Grayson, you're up early. Guilty conscience?
Hardly. I have a meeting with Carl King.
Susie, would you do the honours?
Yes, Mrs. Sinclair. If you don't mind, I'd like to inspect your interior.
Hold on.
I'm sorry to do this, but you've proven yourself to be utterly untrustworthy.
Mother.
And I've counted the silver.
Yes, in case your fingers are itching in that direction, I put my jewellery in the safe.
For heaven's sake.
Everything in order, Susie.
Just the Racing Gazette.
Find those paintings, or you'll be paying for some time to come. Now, you run along to your meeting.
Thank you, Mother.
Oh, he is a one, isn't he?
Thanks.
Oh, I wonder why he doesn't want a receipt. Oh, of course. It's only money, and if it's cash, it's invisible.
By George, he's getting it.
I ordered that marble fitting from Italy, and you've just sold it to some random builder for pittance. He'll only smash it up and build a patio.
At least this way we'll recoup some of our losses. We have to let it go, son.
Spa today and gone tomorrow, eh? She's here.
I told you she'd come. Sophie!
Oh, Rodney.
How are you?
Why,
What is so urgent? 2 trips to see you in 2 days. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for coming. Come inside.
Oh, what has occurred?
Yeah, well, I've been pondering recent developments, and I think I found a solution.
Ah, bien.
I bet it doesn't involve anything so restrictive as an accountant.
You really are catching on, aren't you? You're looking very well.
So are you.
I never in my wildest dreams imagined that I'd be at the centre of a bidding war.
And I never in my wildest dreams imagined that Jack would be biting your arm off to buy this place.
You can't blame him. I wouldn't want Donna working with her ex day in, day out.
Yeah, seeing as you two are married.
You think he's paid well over the odds because he's jealous?
Yeah, makes perfect sense to me.
Jack's not the jealous type. I'd only be working with Rodney, not sleeping with him.
Well, it's not as you have to convince, is it? The X Factor is a powerful thing.
I bet you can't guess what I've got in here.
Not another 12 bore, is it?
Open it.
But I'm the licensee.
Oh, well, I know I'm jumping the gun a bit, but I couldn't resist it. It has a certain ring to it, don't you think?
Mrs. Jack Sugden. Last time I looked, I had a name. Diane.
Well, we're a team now, in business and in life. The more I think about it, the better it gets.
What can I get you, Pearl?
I'll serve you, Pearl. According to the rota, you're not even meant to be working.
Allow me. I'm itching to pull my first pound.
Me down, you publicans. Mr. and Mrs. Sugden.
Don't worry, we won't be doing anything radical, like installing a pool table or pipe music.
Sure.
Although they may be persuaded to throw caution to the wind and hold a beetle drive as a special event.
You'll have to bear with me. I'm a bit out of practice.
We take a trip across the channel, have a chat with our suppliers and see if they can be persuaded to back us up.
You mean encourage them to lie about your financial dealings?
I mean find a mutually agreeable solution to our problem. Yeah, a few long lunches, a spot of Gallic charm, and everything will be as good as new.
I wish I shared your confidence.
Delphine, in business as in pleasure, confidence is everything.
I'll be in touch with the arrangements. Au revoir, Rodney.
Au revoir. The ship may sail close to the wind, but it'll take a hurricane to flip it over.
You think you'll get away with it?
Token fine, at worst. Well, these civil servants have to be seen doing their jobs.
Rodney, any news on my missing property?
You can't make an exception in this case. No, I can't provide security. Well, thanks for nothing.
Do yourself a favour, let your boyfriend fight his own battles.
Oh, you know how it is. Men and money, hopeless.
Right, so what's the real story?
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, come on, you've been all shifty, aren't you? This isn't about Terry at all, is it?
I've had some bad luck. I was let down in a business venture.
You were ripped off by who?
It doesn't matter now. All you need to know is I'm thousands down and I can't do anything about it. So I'd be grateful if you could keep this to yourself.
Don't fancy giving us a hand, do you? Only Betty's not that mobile with a paintbrush.
Oh, Jamie's not doing anything, are you?
Which is what bank holidays were made for. What's that guest house got to do with me?
Your mother's business. So get off your backside and start thinking emulsion.
Just give me the details of the buyer and I'll get in touch direct.
That's confidential information, sorry.
Well, I have contacts in the local force. I don't mind pulling in a few favours.
A solicitor selling stolen property. Your undoubtedly formidable mother caught you with your swag bag open. Be a man, face up to it. Leave me alone.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Jack. Well, the best man won, eh?
No hard feelings, eh? Thought I'd clear the air, man to man.
Well, I like to think we're adults enough to share a drink when all the dust has settled.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, because Louise accepted my second offer last night, and Diane's thrilled that we're keeping it in the family. So how about you calling it quits?
I'll have time off during day and then I'll be lodging here at night and I'll be close to my mum and my sister.
And once you get there, you'll be kicking yourself you didn't make the move years ago. There's a whole wide world outside this village.
And your plans once you've exchanged contracts on this place?
It's a work in progress. As I said, Diane, there's a whole wide world out there just waiting to be explored.
Slippery customer, your partner.
Rearrange the letters of a name and what do you get? Louse eye.
She's playing Jack and I off against one another. Well, I'm warning you, Jack will back down way before I do.
One's funds aren't infinite, though, are they, Dad?
Spar gone down with all hands and most of your millions, has it?
Just a small local difficulty, that's all. What's this? Mr. and Mrs. Jack Sugden. Who the hell does he think he's kidding?
Either I'm hallucinating or getting a creeping feeling of déjà vu.
Remember this, Diane?
How could I forget?
All those years ago, we were in exactly the same position. You could have been my business partner then, but you turned me down.
Then you'll remember why. If you and me work together, I'll end up bashing you over the head with a bottle opener.
Diane, we were the dream team once. We could be again. We both have the same drive. Together we could be dynamic, thrusting.
There'll be no thrusting, believe me.
Yeah, and innovative. Now, you look me in the eye and tell me that you could apply those same words to Jack.
Don't insult my husband.
Oh, come on. You want to work with him even less than you want to work with me. I know you even better than you know yourself.
Sorry, might I just add, at this stage, that all of this uncertainty over the management is having a disastrous effect on staff morale.
Yeah, we're just like pawns on your chessboard, powerless to influence events. It's emasculating, even to a father-to-be.
I guarantee you now, he won't be buying this pub.
I will be putting in another offer, and you can tell Jack, if he persists, I might have to look at staffing levels when I take over.
Just leave it.
No, I have to have my say, Danny.
Staffing levels?
First in, last out.
Yeah, and we were here long before Paul and Tony.
Throwing his weight about before he's even bought the place. Who does he think he is?
Treated this young man abominably.
That's what he's told you, is it?
I'm going somewhere anyway, let him think what he likes.
Oh, making a quick exit, Danny, before anybody calls you to account for yourself.
The only person I account to is my mum, right?
Yeah, well, it makes me wonder how many more times you've defrauded me over the years.
You scum, do you know that?
Are you threatening me,
Look,
son?
his mum got him a job in Portugal long before all this blew up.
Very convenient.
Look, I got myself into bother and I owed money. Danny found a way of helping me without hurting anyone. Anyone but himself, as it turned out. He sold those paintings and he gave the profit to me. He's a fine, upstanding, honourable young man. And you're an arrogant, dishonourable...
I think the word you're struggling for is prat.
The Village Lodge exclusive accommodation. Wonder what the regulars will make of that.
The regulars are used to low prices and low standards. Not to mention the odd murder or two.
Which is why we're taking the place upmarket. Isn't that right, Terry?
Don't know what's wrong with B&B myself.
New start, you said. With new bathrooms and mini bars and million-count Egyptian cotton sheets.
Well, it's a shame I won't be here to test it out. Once Jack takes over the pub, I'm off.
You're not leaving us, are you, love?
Real shame. But that's life.
Well, without my business, what's keeping me here?
You mean seeing as you can't hold on to a man long enough to start a family?
I'm amazed I've been able to stay in this dingy backwater as long as I have. I'm so close to freedom, I can feel the wind in my hair.
If she thinks that attitude's gonna get her a husband, she's got another one coming.
You're not one of life's listeners, though, are you?
Well, if you'd have explained the circumstances...
But I didn't. And by the time I could have done, you wouldn't have wanted to know.
No. Louise, look, give me a minute, will you? Louise, please.
Rodney, I'm sorry, but I've got my future to think about.
Look, whatever he's offered you, I'll offer 2% more.
This is my pub you're playing financial tennis with.
Well, if he insists, why not?
thought I told you to back off.
More of a challenge than an instruction, eh?
Do you want to tell him, or shall I?
Fancy risking your job for her? Do you think you'll get far with the police record, do you?
Well, you sort of state she was in Leeds. Somebody had to do something.
Well, you should have let her stew in her own juices.
Not everyone's as heartless as you.
He's too soft for his own good. Look at the mess he's got himself into.
Well, I've done nothing wrong. I'm sure he'll have done miles worth over years anyway.
At least he can go to Portugal with his head held high. Mightn't be much, but it was the best I could do.
Yeah, you did right. Well done.
Oh, speaks more of a chapel of rest than a guest house lounge to me.
Hey, Betty, I'll have you know I'm at the leading edge of interior design. Hey, can I leave you two in charge while Jean and me nip down to the solicitors?
Solicitor? On a bank holiday?
Well, first thing in the morning then. I mean, Alan wants all this through ASAP. We don't want him hanging about for his money, do we?
And that means Terry wants you to make a commitment, Mum. Go on, tell him before I get my hands dirty.
Can I have a word?
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
2 men fighting over me, Jack. It doesn't get any better than this.
I'm glad this is just a game to you, because to me this is my livelihood and that of me staff.
You're right. It's your business. This should be your call.
Excuse me, as the seller, I do believe the final decision rests with me.
Look, if Diane gives the word, I'll back off and allow Jack to take it on.
At last. Decency rears its ugly head. Go on, Diane, tell him to back off and he'll leave us to get on with it. Diane.
Let's just get one thing clear. Any lingering remains of lust for this man died 20 years ago. No, make that 25. No, make that 5 minutes after I woke up with a hangover the size of Whitley Bay the morning after me wedding.
No need to be abusive.
I'm sorry, Jack. Accept Rodney's offer, because unless he wants to start divorce proceedings, Jack won't be making another.
I'd like to keep some fruit in this room for whenever visitors come. Ah, did you manage to retrieve my property?
Lost cause, I'm afraid. That's the sort of fly-by-night operators they deal with. No chance.
Then I'm afraid you're going to have to pay me the market price.
No can do. I'm temporarily financially embarrassed.
And until such monies are received, you're going to be billed for everything you consume under this roof. Food, wine, water, electricity, everything. I've briefed the staff.
All to be signed for, and have marked the bottle.
Mother, this is my home.
Which you have done nothing but abuse. Do you think you would live like this on what you bring in?
Well, there's the King's case, corporate manslaughter. That's going to go to High Court. Now, if I can get them off, I'll do very well out of it.
I pity Tom King if you're the best he can do. Don't forget to sign for that drink.
Pearl loves you, right? And you love her, but you're just too stubborn to admit it. Please, just say you'll sort it out when I'm gone.
I'm making no promises I can't keep.
Well, you'll both be lonely without me.
Hey, she's not the only female of a certain age around these parts. I'll not be short of company, son.
Look, if you've come to have another go, then just get lost. I'm playing us tomorrow and you'll never have to see me again.
Look, I misjudged you. Yeah, I know it's not for the first time. I'm not saying I approved of what you did, but I can understand why you did it.
Oh, so does that count as an apology then?
Well, inasmuch as I think you're making a big mistake by running off to Portugal, yes.
Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree on this one.
Danny, there's a lot going for you in this village. More than you realise. I'm asking you to reconsider. I'm asking you to stay.
So you'd rather work with your ex than with your husband?
You started it with your insane alpha male, minds bigger than yours, bidding wars.
You complained when I wasn't quick enough off the mark, then when I finally got round to doing something, that's not good enough.
I was desperate, I made a mistake. I'm no Mystic Meg, but I can confidently predict if you and me work together, we'll be divorced within 6 months.
Yeah, and if you work with him, you might be divorced quicker.
Oh, don't even start getting jealous. Rodney's arrogant, opinionated and egotistical. At the end of the day, I want to come home and complain about my business partner to me husband. How can I do that if I'm married to him?
Oh, so I'm too dull to run a pub, is that it?
No, but there's a lot to be said for personal space, Jack.
Oh, well, thanks for that. I'll leave you to it, shall I?
Go after him.
and set a precedent. He'll get over it. It's for the best.
Looks like you got your result.
I think the term is a Pyrrhic victory.
Feel good, does it?
Entertainment's manager, eh?
Hey, it's a massive hotel. It's got 3 bars, cabaret, it's even got a club in
Are you
basement.
sure you're experienced enough to handle it?
It's first step on ladder. Could lead to other things.
Don't go, Danny. Hey, come on, we could expand the business.
Oh, no offence, Rodders. But antiques. It's an old man's game. I mean, knocking about them drafty sale rooms, it's turning me into Len. I've got no woman. And my best mates are a pair of feuding pensioners. If I don't get out now, I'll end up just like...
I didn't want to have to do this, Danny, but I can't let you go. You're a partner in the company.
Name on.
You're on the accounts, you're in the books, you have obligations.
The partnership was a gift. A thing from you. I mean, the 3 Musketeers and all that. I didn't buy into it.
Well, you're going to have to buy your way out if you want to up sticks, because I'm not going to. Find the cash for your share of the company, and I'll release you. If you don't,